We are taught a very specific game. Go to school, get a job, work hard, and save money for retirement at 65. But if you look at the math of inflation and stagnant wages, that script is a linear path designed for a player who is guaranteed to lose. If you are putting in 60 hours a week and your wealth is only moving in small incremental steps, the problem isn't your effort, it's the engine you're using. Your mind is an operating system, and right now, most people are trying to run modern ambitions on legacy software built for a 1950s economy. Just as a phone starts to lag when the software is outdated, your life stops moving forward when you rely on old programming. You cannot install a new update until you delete the previous one to clear the drive. The people at the very top of the wealth ladder operate on a custom-built system. Take Richard Branson, for example. He oversees roughly 400 companies, yet he spent an entire day skiing with us in Switzerland. He wasn't checking emails or taking frantic calls. This output ratio suggests that Branson has discarded the standard rules of labor. He has replaced them with a framework that allows his presence to be optional while his businesses continue to grow. Deleting the old software starts with questioning the laws of your industry. When Travis Kalanick founded Uber, he didn't wait for the city to approve a new transportation category. In New York City, there were exactly 13,250 taxi medallions. That number was frozen for 60 years to create artificial scarcity and protect the existing monopoly. Taking a ride in anything else was technically illegal. Kalanick launched anyway. He didn't ask for permission. He made the old rules irrelevant by providing a better service. By the time the industry tried to sue, the laws had to change to keep up with the new reality. Elon Musk uses a similar rule-breaking logic called first principles. Instead of looking at how things were done before, he breaks a problem down to the literal laws of physics and works up from there. For decades, NASA paid roughly $380 million for every single rocket launch. But by applying first principles to engineering, SpaceX reduced that price to $67 million. They didn't just improve the process, they recalculated the math of what was possible. Innovation is only possible when you stop basing your actions on precedent and start acting on what is undeniably true. The most critical upgrade in the 0.01% operating system is the prioritization of leverage over labor. Most people think more work equals more money. Billionaires think more leverage equals more money. This system relies on 4 specific tools: code, content, capital, and collaboration. Code and content allow your ideas to work for you 24/7 without extra effort. Capital lets your money work. Collaboration allows you to multiply your output through other people. This is why you must focus on net worth rather than active income. A billionaire isn't someone with $1 billion in a bank account. They are someone who owns an asset that the market values at $1 billion. Elon Musk only owns 19.8% of Tesla. He doesn't need to own the whole thing to generate wealth. He owns a slice of a global system that compounds in value every day. Real wealth only happens when you disconnect your time from your earnings and start acquiring assets that grow while you sleep. If you follow these rules, you end up looking lazy to outsiders. Many billionaires appear to work less than the average entrepreneur. Richard Branson doesn't carry a phone. His assistant, Helen, acts as a total filter. He is never the operational bottleneck because he has designed his life so that nothing reaches him unless it requires his specific level of thinking. Jeff Bezos follows a similar path. He spends his mornings puttering, drinking coffee and taking his time, rather than rushing into reactive meetings. His goal is to make just 2 or 3 high-quality decisions every day. He understands that a single good decision creates more value than 100 rushed, mediocre ones. They guard their cognitive energy to protect their highest leverage thinking time. They don't protect their time to avoid work. They protect it to ensure their work actually matters. When you sit with people at this level, they don't talk about bank balances or margins. They talk about what they learned from their failures, who they are becoming, and the specific fears they had to overcome to reach the next stage. Toby Lutke, the founder of Shopify, has a strict rule that his company must grow by 40% every single year, but that growth mandate starts with him. He knows that if he doesn't personally evolve at the same rate, his own limitations will become the bottleneck that strangles the company's progress. Your personal income is tied to your personal development. If you aren't doing the work to make yourself better, the money eventually stops showing up. Jesse Itzler schedules his whole year around his life, not his business. He takes a week off every month and schedules massive blocks of free time before a single meeting is booked. He uses a concept called the Misogi, an annual challenge that is 50% impossible. It might be an Ironman or writing a book, but it must be something that stretches his limits. This practice builds a true life resume. It ensures that your years are defined by moments you actually remember, rather than a blur of generic work weeks. Stop playing a game that someone else designed for you. The 0.01% didn't get there by following the standard script. They deleted it and wrote their own rules. The ultimate goal of this operating system isn't just to add zeros to your bank account. It is to create the leverage you truly need